Welcome back to the Out of Bounds podcast. I am Charlie Calieri alongside
Gavin Williams.
And today we're going to be diving into some hockey, some Olympic hockey, men's and women's, and some NHL hockey at the end of the episode, tying back into ending this Olympic break and getting into the stretch, the sprint, I should call it, to the end of the NHL season. Each team has about 25 games left in the NHL, but first, let's go over the Olympics. Gavin, first of all, overall impressions of the Olympics, hockey included, and without teasing anything, maybe what you're excited for in the next coming days.
Yeah, overall Olympics have been great. I'm going to put this out there. This is the most Olympics I've ever watched across all sports between summer and winter. Any Olympics I've ever watched.
Really?
We always have it always have it on at least a side TV. Been a lot of, I will say something though. There's been too much speed skating that I've been watching. I'm a little sick of speed skating.
You don't like the speed skating?
It just got a little boring.
So it's
just because it's always on.
I will say though, it is the equivalent of the track and field, obviously.
Yeah.
Of the Winter Olympics, so people love it. Like
but
the track, people love that sport.
Well,
so you gotta respect the.
I like when it's like the speed skating when there's like 4 people on the ice.
The team, like
But there's too many 1v1 battles right now. And there's not like.
It's not as fun.
It's
yeah,
not
I
as
get
fun.
what you're saying.
And they're just going in laps.
Yeah.
But I've been into a lot of ski jump. A lot of ski jump this year. A lot of luge this year.
Oh, luge and bobsled and
skeleton.
Oh yeah.
A lot of that.
Oh yeah. Crazy people
that
do that, and amazing stories that come out of it too. Some of the older people that went, like I saw, this. I think she's 41 or 40 or 51, probably 41. I think this mom from the U.S. She won her first gold at her 5th Olympics, and she's like the most decorated Olympian that's in like the bobsled for the women, and she finally won her first gold.
Wow.
I think last night, so that was pretty cool.
There's one, Gavin. I can't remember the name of the event. I think it's just like, it's not just cross country skiing. It's the one where it's the mixed relay or something where they have to they have the guns.
The biathlon.
Yeah.
I love the biathlon. I was watching the end of that yesterday.
I don't mind if that goes on for 15 minutes. I'm locked.
It's awesome.
I'm locked.
Because the different points, so that one is the one where they ski, they're racing, whatever. I think they go
uphill.
They go uphill, downhill.
They shoot, they go downhill.
Yeah, so they have to shoot the targets then. And that's where people get messed up. If they take too long on the targets, people pass them. It's pretty cool because it's like, if it was just cross-country skiing, somebody would probably just run away with it probably every time. But because of that other aspect of it, just adds another skill.
You have to have good aim.
I've also seen a lot of curling. I don't know if you've seen much.
There's been a lot of curling.
A lot of curling, especially early in the mornings, I've found. And they have like this curling expert on the Gold Zone on Peacock, and this dude is into it. He loves it.
I love that.
I love it too. I love when people are like into their niche sports. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Curling's awesome. I get into the curling. I like it. I think it's fun. It's really awesome when somebody makes a cool shot and they knock like 3 of the stones away.
Yep.
Stones.
You see the guy from Canada cheating though?
No.
He had.
No.
So there's this thing in curling where like after you let the stone go, you can't touch it.
Yep.
Okay. Especially like the marble part. I think,
yep.
Or what I'm talking about.
Like the bottom, the granite.
Yeah. And this guy from Canada, every single time, 8 times in a row, flicked it with his finger.
Ooh.
Every time. And somebody, I forgot who they were playing, I think it was Sweden, calls him right out. And so the thing about, I was watching a little bit of Part of My Take. The thing about curling, there's no like ref, right? There's just like somebody who sits there who like handles disputes, but there's no
wants to score and stuff like that. Yeah,
but there's nobody like in there like there's nobody like gonna throw a flag on the play,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? So they're just yelling at each other. Canada guy, I don't know his name. He has some choice words.
I think I actually saw this clip.
Couple
F-bombs
in there.
A couple F-bombs in there.
And
I didn't realize that was what it was from, but yeah.
Yeah, it's because he kept touching the stone. The guy from Sweden's like, "Are you gonna keep touching it?" Like, and he's like, "I would never do that," and has some choice words.
Integrity for this sport.
And that's what fired me up most about curling, though. Wow.
They get into it.
I love that.
They get into it.
I see a little grit in there.
I will say the same countries generally that are good at hockey are good at curling.
Okay.
Now, the U.S. is a little bit behind in some of these other countries, and we'll get there. Just as every other sport, we will get there.
Yeah, we'll get there,
with curling. When enough people find out about it, it will be big. But, Sweden, Canada, even Great Britain, they beat the U.S. the other day. Yep. Italy, those cold climates, they love their curling, and especially those European
They wear like some really cool shoes because one of them's like has traction. One of them's more of like a skate feeling, but there's no skate. They just slide, they glide. It's
cool.
fascinating.
It's cool. There's a lot of curling in Buffalo actually. At Riverworks in Buffalo, there's a whole curling like on one of the ice rinks. They just have like curling set up so people can do it. I'm not sure if it has like the grooves and stuff, how they do for like the professionals. Maybe they do because I've heard that's like a thing. You know how that's what they're like scraping down with those brooms or whatever, the sweepers or whatever they have.
I don't know if you remember, but getting off the thruway to get to my house, it's either you go straight to go to the Utica Curling Club or you take a right.
Utica Curling Club,
yeah.
Wow.
The UCC.
The UCC. Shout out to UCC. But any other sports that have been piquing your interest?
I mean, my favorite Olympic sport of all time between summer and winter is hockey. I've been very locked in on that this year, obviously. Other than that, I feel like that's pretty much it for what I've been watching. I haven't really been into figure skating this year. Not really. I did watch. I forgot her name. Who was the one U.S. skier?
Chloe Kim. Oh no. I just know Chloe Kim's been once again balling. So,
but there was this one U.S. skier. I can't remember her name. Who like skied with a torn ACL.
Oh, Lindsey Vonn.
And and Cole, my roommate, and I were watching it as she came down, and boom.
Yeah.
Dawn had to be flown out.
Yep.
It was.
Her dog just passed away.
Who
yesterday.
Hers?
Yeah.
Wow, it's awful.
Yeah. Yeah, she's had
a tough stretch.
She's had a really rough week.
Prayers out to her.
Wow, yeah, prayers out to her. Hopefully PK Subban can keep her company. They're married.
Are they actually?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're still together. They were dating at one point at least. I'm pretty sure they're married.
I love PK.
Yeah, PK.
He's hilarious.
Awesome.
Just not when he was a devil.
Hopefully he can be a good support system for her because that is a rough stretch, and thoughts and prayers to her right now.
Somebody who knows injuries though, it's PK Subban. So
yeah, right. Yeah. But let's get into some more positive stuff here. Let's get into the hockey. Start with the women's side. That's concluding today. Already part of it's concluded with Switzerland taking home the bronze for the women's side of the bracket. They're winning 2-1 in OT. I'm going to have to go back and watch. That game was at 8:10 this morning. I was up at 8:10. I was not watching this game. But I might have to go back and watch the highlights of this game and see that OT
At
goal.
least a celebration. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You gotta
love that.
It's a huge deal, especially for a country like Switzerland. It says they were 1-3 in their preliminary round, in their round-robin round.
Wow.
And they ended up winning. And Sweden was 4-0 in their round.
Whoa.
And they ended up winning
Big upset.
the Browns. So, shout out to Switzerland, pulling that off. Probably a bunch of upsets along the way. That's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
And then the matchup that everybody's been waiting for. The rematch that everybody's been waiting for.
Yeah.
And we just saw it about a week ago, and the U.S. dominated, just as they've been doing. But now we get it in the biggest stage possible.
That's where you want it.
The gold medal game. USA, Canada. Maybe this is a preview of what we see on the men's side as well.
Maybe.
That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe.
But this U.S. women's team.
Dominant. They're dominating everybody.
It's unreal. I mean,
everybody.
They 26-0 in their last 5 games. They've outscored.
I think it's like
opponents.
a total of like 31-1 or something like that.
Yeah, and I think maybe I'm missing the 6th game
or like
that they played.
29-1 or something like that. It's crazy.
That sounds about
Mike
right.
Tirico said in one of the intermissions yesterday.
Unreal. And hopefully, for our sake, they can continue that today.
Hey, hashtag beat Canada.
I don't care how much you win by. If you take home that gold, you take home that gold. So
beat them up a little bit.
Beat them up a little bit. It's on USA Network at 1:10. This episode
watching.
might be out by then. Not quite sure yet, but maybe when you're listening to this, the game is concluding, or the U.S. has already won or lost.
USA.
But either way, gold or silver medal for the women's side. Let's jump over to the men's side now. We got some huge matchups in the semifinals.
Wow.
Coming tomorrow, but let's go back to yesterday as we're recording this. We had one of the best days of hockey.
I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna say the best day of hockey I've ever watched. And there's some great Stanley Cup playoffs or whatever. I just think that there's a different love for playing for your country. And I know some people out there probably care more about a gold medal than they do about a Stanley Cup. And at the end of the day, what I saw yesterday was probably the greatest 4 games in a row I've ever watched.
Now, yeah, the first game, Slovakia-Germany, was not all hype, but that game in and of itself just went to prove that Slovakia is legit.
Yeah.
That they're for the future. They're this young, up-and-coming country. And Jaroslav Halak, I don't know if you remember him, former NHL goalie from Slovakia, one of the most famous Slovakian players, when they were walking off the ice or got eliminated in 2014 from Sochi, he had a famous
What a great
quote.
Olympics.
He had a famous quote. He said, "Nobody's coming to save Slovak hockey." He said that about his own country.
Wow.
So Yaroslav Slavkovsky took that exception probably as a 10-year-old kid watching that and said, "All right, Yaroslav, I'm the new Yaroslav."
Wow.
And he's going to take it over. In that first game yesterday, Slovakia 6-2 over Germany. A good Germany team. By the way,
Draisaitl's been playing really well these Olympics. Obviously, he's got the C on his chest, but I think, like you said, the thing that I just pointed out was Slovakia's ready. And they're number 3 right now in the tourney. They got a big matchup on their hands coming up that we'll talk about in a little bit. But, man, I think they are a real threat to that gold medal this year. I think a lot of people are sleeping on them, too. I don't think enough people are appreciating
I think the last
hockey
4
they're playing.
teams can win. I think Finland's legit, too. We'll obviously talk about everybody. But, Slavkovsky, Dvorsky, that was the other guy. I couldn't remember his name. Dalibor Dvorsky. They've both been absolutely balling.
Yeah.
They're going to be pushing that country forward. Germany, I mean, they were looked to be a little bit better in this tournament.
100%.
With Draisaitl, with Peterka, with Lucas Reichel, who scored in that game, with Tim Stützle, with Mo Seider on the back end, Philip Grubauer in net. Like, you got some notable guys on this Germany team. They were in a tough group. They were with the U.S., ended up getting spanked in that. They lost to Latvia. That was a really tough blow for them. Kind of put them behind. I think they lost some confidence. Ran up against a really high-powered Slovakia team. Couldn't handle it. And one thing that I do love, and this isn't directly to this game necessarily, but one thing I love about the Olympics is mediocre NHL players stepping up their game and playing the best for their country. So, for example, Zemgus Girgensons, my guy, the Latvian locomotive, really shows out for Latvia every time that he plays. I'm not saying he's this all-star player, but then you go to, and we'll talk about him, but like a guy like,
You got a team?
I'm brain farting right now.
What team?
Jesus. Just give me a minute. We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
It's in my head.
You know what country?
I don't know why I'm blanking. I'm like totally blank. I had a guy in my head and I just totally forgot. But
Nikas maybe? He's been balling.
It might be Nikas. Yeah, I'm picturing red, like a red. Yes. I like the Czech and the Denmark and the Swiss uniforms. They all just like blend together in my head for some reason. I don't know why. I'm sorry about that. But I will get to it when we are continuing talking about these games. But Slovakia beating Germany yesterday 6-2. That game was the early game, the 6 o'clock game. A little bit too early for me.
Too early, yeah.
But, waking up and seeing Slovakia win 6-2 was a little bit shocking. I expected that to be a little bit of a closer game.
I did too.
And little did we know that was going to be the only not close game of the day.
Yeah.
And the next 3 were going to be some of the best hockey we've ever watched in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So, going with the second game there, Canada. This is not a round where you think Canada would play a close game, especially against a team like Czechia.
Yeah.
Another up-and-coming kind of team who's got some veteran players like David Pastrnak on the team.
Mm-hmm.
But it really had to control this game for a little bit too. But Canada did end up taking it at the end, scoring once in the first, once in the second, once in the third, and of course once in that OT.
Yeah, I think someone that we had to really look in and see who helped Canada, because what they did, they played really good defense. Consistently, they held them down to, I think it was around 25 shots on goal around there or so.
24 saves against for Binnington.
Yeah, well, Binnington...
shots against, sorry, 24 shots against.
He had a crucial save in overtime, a little one-on-one, steps out of the net a little bit, takes more of the surface area away, stops it to really force Canada scoring in overtime.
To a lesser extent, I'm thinking of Binnington as well. Mediocre goalie has been in the NHL for the last few years, but last year playing for Canada in the Four Nations, and then this year in the Olympics has been by far one of the best players. Like, it's just unreal.
He just really shines when he's got the maple leaf on his chest.
This Czechia team, really, I don't think Canada was ready for how physical
they were. Really physical.
They're a big team.
Yeah.
They got some guys in the back end. Rako Gudis, he's a dog. Philip Hronek, he's pretty good. And then, in the front end, you got Tomas Hertl, David Kamp, you got Koss, you got Nikas, you got Palat, you got Pasternak. They got some players
guys
on the team. And then you got Lucas Dostal, the young goalie from Anaheim, and that made some huge saves. He faced 41 shots, only let up 4 goals, kept Czechia in that game.
Yeah, he did.
Especially at the end, he made a huge save with a skate blade, I'm pretty sure, to keep them in that game late in it. But Czechia scoring to go up 3-2 is electric. Canada tying it late was also electric, a trend that we're going to see. And then that goal by Mitch Marner in OT.
It was gross. Absolutely.
The 3-on-3 OT in the Olympics.
I like it.
I love that it's 10 minutes as well.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to see a shootout if that's the case, and I love that too.
Yeah.
I would love nothing more than to see the gold medal game come down to a 3-on-3 OT.
Wow.
That would be incredible.
That would be
incredible.
It not be? No,
Each team has a shot. Each team has a shot to win at any given moment of the play. Proved it right there. Czechia had 2 or 3 opportunities. Canada had just the same amount.
Yeah.
But it was just that extra little play that Mitch Marner had, deking through all 3.
It was disgusting.
Of the Czechia
backhand,
players.
top right cheddar. Oh my goodness, it was disgusting.
Nothing Dostal could have done about that.
No, he couldn't have. No.
I felt so bad for the Czechia team.
You could see it after they scored. They wanted that one more than Canada. I think they wanted it more than Canada.
I think at that I think there's a point in the game, I think, where probably Canada was down 2-1 after the first period. They went to the locker room saying, we actually have a shot to lose this game.
Yeah.
We got to start playing. And I think that's the point where Canada really got into the game too. Kind of to the point of weird, like, not really, but like the NBA All-Star game. How like the first game the world played against the U.S. team, and how it was kind of like, if it was the U.S. versus the U.S., maybe it wouldn't have been like that.
Okay.
I don't know. But it's like when Canada realized that, this is a real game that they got to start playing, then it just made it that more exciting. And hopefully this intensity can just continue going into next round for Canada, because if they don't start out hot,
Finland's they're going to catch them.
Yeah, they're going to be in the bronze game if they don't start out hot, because those next few teams and the team that they're going to be playing next will not let them kind of hold up at all on defense, on offense.
Yeah.
If they play any type of conservative hockey, Canada's going to lose their next game. But the team that they will be playing, who won the next game, which was at the other arena, I'm pretty sure.
It was, yeah.
The smaller arena. Finland, the Four Nations team from last year, who has exceeded expectations the last few years, won 3-2 against a team who definitely exceeded expectations in Switzerland. They won that game in OT. Finland looked dead during this game. I watched the highlights. I was in class.
We were
responsible. We were in class during this game, so we weren't watching it. But watched the highlights when I got home in the intermission of the U.S.-Sweden game. Oh my God, they looked dead on the ice, Finland. I don't know if you saw that, any of that.
I only really caught the end of the highlights.
So, Switzerland, they went up 2-0 early-ish in the game. Within the first period.
Okay.
They scored 2 goals back-to-back basically at the end of the first, within like the last 5 minutes to go up. It was Nino Niederreiter scored the second one. No goals in the second. They really just weren't doing anything. And then all of a sudden in the third, just kind of a flip switch. They scored 2 of their goals, one of them within the last few minutes of the game to tie it up. Electric.
Yeah.
Unreal. What a game by the Swiss goalie, Giannoni. He had 31 saves. 28 saves on 31 shots against. And then on the other side, UC Saros had a great game. Only 23 shots against, but really managed that team well. Heiskanen had a goal in this game. Lehkonen had a goal in the game. And then Aho had the goal also in the game to tie it, I'm pretty sure. But just a great game there. The Finnish team, I think the third period proved it. To a lesser extent, I think they were kind of like, we got to start playing this game at the end of the second, maybe. In that offense, they scored 11 goals in the game against, I know it was Italy, but they still scored 11 goals in the game.
It's still,
Can't dispute that. And, they won this game 3-2. It was a big win for Finland, and they're going to be moving on.
Yeah, they're going to be playing Canada in the next round, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
And then the big game.
Yeah, baby.
The one that was all eyes were on. 2 teams from the Four Nations last year, and I just kept repeating to myself during this game, one of these teams is going to be out after this game.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that. And one of these teams was, and it was Sweden. Fell to the U.S. 2-1, once again, in OT. And I was getting really nervous because the trend of the day before that was, if you score late in the game to tie it up, You're going to win in OT.
Mm-hmm.
And Sweden did that late in the game. Your guy.
Your
guy.
We keep bringing names up.
Yep.
Shows up when Sweden needs him.
Yep.
Not as much when the Rangers need him.
Mika Zibanejad.
My guy.
Scored that big goal to tie it up. Squeaked it right through.
I don't know how he fit that in. Hellbuck played
Amazing
that perfectly.
Goal. Amazing play, first of all. Just the passing by Raymond. Like, Raymond's been unreal for Sweden, or was unreal. They're gone. But great passing. Just an unreal team, by the way.
Yeah.
Great
I don't know.
game overall.
I think it was a great game. I just didn't think the U.S. played that well, to be honest with you. I think for at least the first three. Actually, yeah. I mean, I'm going to say all three periods. They did not look like themselves. They didn't have consistent passing. I saw some guys dogging it a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to call out somebody right now that I don't even know if he should be on the team.
Who?
But he played a really sloppy game. And he is my guy, JT Miller.
Yeah.
He was garbage yesterday.
Thank you.
Horrible.
Thank you. I thought I was the only one. And I really don't like to call guys out, especially if they're on an Olympic team.
Yeah.
Because we're never gonna be Olympians, but if you're in the Olympics, I mean, maybe skate a little bit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
He kept falling down.
There's other guys that I don't know. He fits the team very well. He's a great penalty killer. He does the little things well. He does the same things that Vinny Trocheck does really well.
I think Vinny plays
besides the face-offs.
Vinny's amazing at
We'll
the
talk
face-offs.
about the overtime in about 2 minutes now, but there is other guys that are there in Milan that can probably help this team a little bit more on the offensive side of the puck. It was just a bad game from JT Miller. He played decent in the other games.
Not this one, though.
Not this one. Just need a bounce back game from him. He's going to be big in the game if they do play Canada.
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to be a game where he's going to come up big, just like a Vinny Trocheck. That's when those gritty guys
Vinny T, baby.
come into the game. That's when on the other side, like a Sorelli or a Brendan Hagel would come into play for a Canada when they might not,
or Strome or something. Yeah.
Or somebody else that might not be as prominent of a guy. But back to this game right here. I just want to give a huge shout out to Jacob Markstrom,
Utica Comet
legend.
Also, visited my elementary school too.
This is the perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. A guy that shows up when his country needs him. This dude let up 9 goals in an NHL game earlier this year. 9 goals in one game, and they didn't take him out the whole time. They left him in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I think we talked about
that.
We
did,
on
and he
this
was
podcast.
pissed.
He was really mad with everything. Sheldon Keefe, terrible management on his part to let his goalie out to dry. I'm sure after this 5th goal, he just didn't care.
Yeah,
whatever. But in this game, he showed up for Sweden. 40 shots against, only 2 goals let up.
One of them in overtime.
Still lost the game. None of it was his fault. I mean, the dude made some incredible saves to keep them in the game. Also, on the other side, 29 saves from Connor Hellebuck. The goalies were outstanding.
They kept both teams in this game.
It was incredible. It was just a good hockey game because you could look at this and be like, it was 1-1. Sweden scored. It was 1-0 most of the game. How was it? The defense was great. The individual battles were, I don't know, just the little things about this game was great.
I love Brady
You see
Tkachuk.
the little point where it was Dahlin or Tage gave each other a hit in a little corner there. Dahlin was a big player at the end of this game.
I'm going to bring up something about your boy.
Who?
Tage.
What?
There was zero. He's not as physical as he was in the past couple of games. He was scared of big hits yesterday. And it was something I was noticing a lot. Was he was scared of some of the big hits. He would stop at a dime just so he would avoid something.
And I'm like, this with the Sabres too.
I'm like, dude, this is you win and survive in advance. You lose, you're going home.
Yeah.
I need to see some more tenacity. Need some more physicality from the guy.
I'm with you because I mean I've seen it the dude every time we play a big game, and it's not every time. I won't say that, but it's sometimes in a big game when we really need him, if we're we lost 2 in a row, we need to win the 3rd one. You can't lose 3 in a row. Sometimes he's just not given, and maybe not this season as much, but he just won't give us much effort on the play. Maybe because he's hurt, maybe afraid to get hurt in a game that he feels isn't worth getting hurt in or something like that. But,
maybe.
In that type of game, I totally agree with you. The dude's got to, just like JT Miller. He's
exactly.
Out.
Yeah.
Totally agree. But I do love how well, first of all, I was still a little bit confused with the whole. If you were watching the game, Jesper Bratt from the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah.
On Team Sweden, he's their 13th forward. They had Erik Karlsson, or no, Erik Karlsson, right? Go down.
Hedman.
Erik Karlsson played. Victor Hedman went down. Huge injury for Sweden before the game in warm-ups.
And warm-ups, yeah.
Warm-ups, I'm pretty sure. So Bratt was thrusted onto the bench, I'm pretty sure. But they didn't play him.
He played
in
one
a shift,
I think.
until the third period.
Yeah.
And he played one shift. That's a guy who has NHL experience, who's played against a lot of these guys, his teammates, with Jack Hughes. So he knows how to play against him. Why not throw him out there for? It's just like an extra guy that you can throw out there. Didn't make sense to me.
Because I don't know if you heard the broadcast. They were going nuts when he went in the game.
I know.
Like, this is his first shift of the day.
I know. And it was astonishing to me because I'm like, that's a guy who, like, if you're from Sweden, you're probably like, and Philip Forsberg apparently had the same situation in one of their other games. Those are not guys you just sit, I feel like. I don't care how old they are or whatever. Those are not just guys you sit, especially if you have your best defenseman and your best maybe player. Dahlin might be their best defenseman, but
I think he is.
Hedman might, for the sake of the argument, Hedman's their best player, best defender. Why not have another NHL player who's to produce, go in there and play? I don't know. That's not my decision. A lot of questionable coaching decisions by Team Sweden.
Yeah.
One of them for me might be biased, but I think it's true. Is Dahlin didn't play at all in OT, at all.
He didn't?
No. I mean, I don't know who you're throwing out there. I know Erik Karlsson was out there, but Dahlin's your best offensive defenseman, and you're not putting him out there in a time where you're not even putting three forwards out there. You're putting a defenseman out there every time, and he's just not one of them.
Yeah.
Didn't make much sense to me. Not sure if maybe he was rattled on that one play. I don't know if he sold it a little bit. When he
was selling it big.
Because he got up right away and he was back into it.
He was trying to sell it big though.
But as he should, I guess, in that situation.
And that's it was
just shocking to me how obviously I'm paying attention more to Tage and Dahlin in that game, especially they're playing each other. It's great I get to watch both at the same time. But looking at him on the bench, I'm like, when is this guy going to get out there just to try to for a shift, just to maybe get a pass? Like, he's great at the stretch passes in OT. He does it all the time for us. Could have been Finland did it yesterday to win the game. Could have been something that could have helped them. Ended up going the way for the U.S. I'm glad.
I'm very glad. Yeah.
But that was a very stressful game.
Give a shout out to Quinn Hughes here.
Shout out to Matthew Boldy, and Austin Matthews as well.
Yeah.
The puck possession and keeping that possession in the OT. And shout out to Vinny Trocheck too.
Vinny T, baby.
It's all about possession in 3-on-3. That's what they preach. Eddie Olczyk talks about it all the time. That's all he says.
Yep.
But I love the strategy. The Sabres used to do it too. Like, a ton of teams do it. Bring out your best face-off guy out there, get the possession, skate it out real quick, and then you go from there.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that that's his role in the team. I love that he embraces it too.
Oh yeah, he does.
And that team loves each other too. You could see it when they were celebrating together. It was a great moment.
It was.
That ting off the post when Quinn Hughes hit that shot.
Gorgeous. I was going nuts.
What a game.
What a game.
On
to the next one.
And this was only the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So we still got 4 games left with these 4 teams. 2 in the semis, 1 bronze, 1 gold medal game.
Yep.
Let's talk about those right now, unless you have anything else to say.
I'm good, yeah.
The first game, 10:40 tomorrow as we're recording this, so it'll be Saturday. Friday. Sorry.
Tomorrow, 10:40.
Yeah, tomorrow at 10:40. Friday. Sorry, I'm thinking about the bronze medal game for some reason. Friday at 10:40 will be Finland taking on Canada. A rematch of the 4 nations last year.
Yep.
And 2 teams that, expected to be here, I guess. So
yeah. I mean, I think both these teams have a lot of firepower, a lot of offensive firepower. At this point, I think it's going to come back down to the physical aspect of the game of hockey. I think that what Canada saw last game was a lot of physicality that they're not used to. They're used to spacing it out more, used to flying the puck around, passing fast passes. Their bread and butter's been all tournament so far. But at the end of the day, I just think there's too much firepower on Team Canada where I think they're gonna levitate. I think they're gonna get this one done. I think they're gonna make their way to Sunday morning to fight for a gold.
This is a terrible matchup for Finland.
It really is.
Looking at it, I really like Finland's team. And they're very similar to Slovakia to me. Like, high-powered offense, kind of some more like speed, skill type teams. Slovakia just has a little bit more physicality with them.
Yeah.
But with Finland, they don't have that physicality that Canada can turn on at times.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like
Completely
that
agree.
extra push for Canada right there, along with just all the skill that they have. Little question mark, though. Will Sidney Crosby play? Not sure if it'll matter too much for the team, but obviously
I think they could get it done without him.
Having your captain in
yeah.
there is going to be a little boost for the team if he's playing. If he is playing, though, expect Canada to win. If he's not playing, expect it to be a little bit more of a toss-up then. But really excited for this game. Finland, impressive resume with this Olympics so far. Their only loss is to Slovakia. They lost 4-1 to Slovakia in the medal round or round robin round or whatever.
Preliminary round.
They beat Sweden 4-1. They beat Italy 11-0. What a round for Italy to be in those three teams with Sweden, Slovakia, and Finland.
Oof.
And
Tough
then,
draw.
of course, that game that we just talked about, beating Switzerland 3-2 in OT. They know how to score when it matters. They can turn it on. That's where it's nervous for Canada if they get down early. But Finland was down a lot last game. So I don't know where that push is there.
I just think it's one of those games where it's kind of unpredictable. I mean, you can have the sense of predicting Canada because they're the heavy favorite. But, I mean, in the Olympics, it's just anybody's game. It's not necessarily the best team that's going to win. It's just whoever wants it more, who's going to show up. We saw that right in 1980. You know.
And
just
especially
quick
now,
shout out.
Especially now, I mean, yesterday was Czechia's second time playing Canada. So that definitely was another reason why they were able to push it. But that was Canada's, biggest test up to this point. They beat Switzerland 5-1. Switzerland's not a great matchup for them. They beat France 10-2. Then they beat Czechia 5-0 in their first game. So it's like that Czechia game yesterday was their real first game. I think that's maybe why it took a period or two for them to really get to go in.
Maybe that is why.
Could that be the same case tomorrow? If that is the case, I think they might lose this game.
Yeah.
I think they have a strong first period. I think that's where Canada will overtake and they will win this game. I think
it's usually where they shine the most is when they get up early. So if they can't get up early, like you were mentioning, it's not going to be surprising if they can't climb back like they did.
Score prediction for this game.
I'm going to have Canada. I'm going to have it as 3-1.
I like that. 3-1. I'm going to go with 4-3 in regulation. I'm going to go with Finland scoring late-ish to go. They're going to be down 4-2 to go down 4-3, and they'll pull the goalie, do the whole thing. Might be 5-3 with an empty net, but I'm going to think it's around that range, that 4-3 range.
Yeah.
Let's get into the big Kahuna game for tomorrow.
The
at
big Kahuna, I like
3:10. This is a game that you're going to have to get your popcorn ready, folks. And if there's any popcorn that you want to get ready for tomorrow, get your best popcorn out of the cabinet.
Yeah.
Get your best butter out of the fridge.
Yep. Get your salt, whatever you put on your
whatever you put on
whatever you do.
Whatever you put on it. But and get your couch cushions ready to sit down and maybe get a beverage or two.
Get your footrest adjusted accordingly.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in a recliner, make sure you get that thing reclined up and have that bowl of popcorn. Listen to the
sweet sound
of
Kenny Albert and Eddie Olczyk on the call. I love Kenny Albert.
I do too. I mean, hey, he's the Rangers announcer, so I have a little bias, I guess.
But USA taking on Slovakia tomorrow. I just want your thoughts on this game initially. And where you think Slovakia maybe has room to grow in this game and maybe where they can potentially win the game too.
Well, the thing that the U.S. has, I think, out of the four remaining teams, that what they need, I think the U.S. has that physical attribute that maybe these four teams don't have as much. I'm not saying they don't have it, they just don't have as much. Especially Slovakia. Even though they are a very physical team, I think the U.S., they kind of breed that. They have someone on their coaching staff. By the way, if you're curious, there are 3 coaches that have coached New York Rangers on this coaching staff. So, I'm loving that. But my favorite Rangers coach of all time.
Who's the third? I know it's Tortorella and Laviolette, right?
No, is Laviolette part of it too?
Is he? Oh, maybe he's not.
No, I can't remember his name.
Who's the other one?
He was I can't remember. He came from BC. He was like a big thing or BU, one of the two. I can't remember his name right now. Let me look it up actually, because now I think it's Quinn. Not Quinn.
Whatever.
But anyways, they have John Tortorella on their staff.
Yeah.
He's the one who brings up that physical attribute in this team. But the thing that U.S. have to clean up a lot of things. They were really sloppy with the puck yesterday, in my opinion. They were playing like it was some throwaway game up in Rochester, or Brooks. Who were they playing? They were playing Sweden. That's
yeah,
what
that
I was
not
feeling.
A throwaway game, and it's funny to think that this game right here might be an easier game than the Sweden game. And I'm not saying easy in the fact of that Slovakia's some slouch team, just in the fact of Sweden's been
David
there before. Who?
David Quinn. He was a Rangers head coach a couple years ago, before Laviolette, before
After Aline Vignon.
It was after Ali. He was Henrik's last coach, I believe.
Okay. So around like the COVID-ish.
Yeah, it was that era.
That's probably why we didn't really play you guys much around that time. So
except for when Laffy scored his first career goal in overtime in Buffalo. That was electric.
That's true. I remember that game.
Anyways, with this Slovakian team, man, they have some firepower on their team. I mean, with all remaining 4 teams, they're gonna have firepower. That's just gonna be how it is. But the thing that I see in the U.S. that they don't have with other countries, at the end of the day, it is just a bunch of superstars who are thrown onto a super team kind of mindset or aspect. But, some other countries just have way more team chemistry. But I'm not saying that about this year, because this USA team does have great chemistry. But, I mean, there's still this divide in the end of the day where they don't play year-round together. They don't do summers together. Nothing.
Yeah.
That's where I'm worried about the U.S.
And where the
the Slovakian team can really take over is their team chemistry.
I know.
And, growing up together and playing on the same team for years. And
I think a lot of it's like because you get it from, it's a weird, obviously the Olympics, you get a ton of juice. You just get it for different reasons. The Slovakia team, their juice is coming from, they're all so young.
Yeah.
Or that's at least their leaders are so young. So it's just this new energy for the country, I guess, and it's just this new, it's like when your team gets good for the first time. It's the 2019 Bills, it's the it's this year's city, it's like it's those fun teams, and that's that for them, and that's pretty cool for that country too. It's just going to be another team that's added into the mix of the top few that are good every year. It's just pretty cool.
Yeah.
On the U.S. side here, though, Connor Hellebuck has just been unreal this tournament. He's led 1 goal against Latvia, 3 against Denmark, 1 against Germany, 1 against Sweden.
Yep.
So pretty consistent across the board. Letting up 3 against Denmark, whatever. We won that game 6-3. So we scored enough anyway in that game. We scored 5 in 2 of the other games, 2 yesterday. So it was really just a factor of the offense needs to get going a little bit earlier.
Can they put
and hopefully
the puck in the net?
Hopefully Hellebuck can just
keep doing what he's
continue
doing.
to be that wall. The defense has been great.
They have.
McAvoy's been great. Sanderson's been good. Like the whole team's just been good. Besides maybe a few guys in some instances.
Yes.
That's it though. That's a good thing to have. Good problem to have.
Easy to correct those problems.
Easy to correct. I think right now it's just a collision course for the USA and Canada to meet again. I would not. Slovakia did, I'm pretty sure. Yes, they did beat the U.S. in the last Olympics to knock the U.S. out in a shootout. So, Slovakia, and I'm pretty sure Slovakia won the gold medal.
Really?
Or the bronze medal or something. They won a medal. So they, I guess some of these guys have been there before too. So, that's another aspect of it too. Can't take this team lightly. The U.S. is going to have a tough test tomorrow. 3:10 on, I'm not sure what network, probably Peacock, in Milan. That'll be a great game. Score prediction for that one?
I got 4-2 USA.
You think they hold Slovakia to 2
with
Hellebuck? I'm going to say 4-3 again.
Okay.
I know it's maybe a little bit boring, but I think this one goes to OT.
Okay.
I think this one, it would be the one, or there's a late goal.
Okay.
But I think this one's going to be a back and forth game. And it's going to be it's going to set up the U.S., I think, better if they do end up playing Canada, because they'll play more competitive games than Canada would have along the way. But
I agree.
With our prediction right there, we do have USA and Canada in the gold medal game, which would be Sunday at 8 a.m. So wake up early, get maybe not your popcorn ready.
Get your breakfast sandwiches ready.
Get your breakfast sandwich, get your coffee brewing.
Get your bacon cooking,
get
frying.
your bacon sizzling.
Yeah.
Get your bagels toasted.
Get your eggs scrambled.
And wake up for some hockey. Could be golden morning for the U.S. on that morning, or it could be a bronze afternoon on the Saturday, which would be at, what time is it again?
Can't remember what you said. Was it 10:40?
2:40.
2:40.
2:40 on Saturday. So that, in our prediction, would be Finland versus Slovakia. In that game, what a game that would be.
Yeah,
first of all.
no, it would be.
Who would you have in that game to win the bronze?
I would have Slovakia winning that one. I think they would have a lot of bad blood coming from that USA game, more than what Finland would have. I think that's where the physical game comes in. I think that's where Slovakia would overtake Finland with that just tenacity of being physical.
This is going to sound kind of weird, but I think my prediction for this game based off solely how Slovakia plays against the U.S., if they play a good, tough game like I just described against the U.S., I think they lose the bronze medal game, actually. I think they exert too much energy in the game tomorrow to go and win the bronze the next day. And I think it's the flip side for Finland there. Or, sorry, for Slovakia there. I think if they play more of a lulled game, maybe the third period isn't as close. I mean, that's 20 extra minutes of hockey that you're really not into.
Yeah.
They will be into it, but, you're not exerting as much energy as you would in a one-goal game. So I think that would help Slovakia the next day. So I think that's my prediction. I think if they get blown out tomorrow against the U.S., I think they end up winning the bronze, which is kind of a backwards, reasoning, but that's my reasoning.
It makes sense.
And if they play a closer game, I think Finland ends up taking it just based on the experience and grinding them down, I think, a little bit more. So, but if I had to pick, I guess I'm going with Finland. I think just for the experience, and just to be different from you. As well.
Yeah.
So, and then the gold medal game.
I hope we don't have any difference here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the U.S. I mean, you have to, but it would have to go to OT. It would have to. Like there's no blowout in my possibility in my mind of that matchup. Like, it's only coming down to the end.
It went to OT in the Four Nations as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like last year was such a good ending for Canada. Hopefully it's the flip side for the U.S. and our first gold medal in how many years? 46 years.
Since 1980.
46 years is a long time to wait, right? 46, if I'm doing that math right.
Yep, you're right. 46.
Yeah. We're sports media majors. We're not math majors, so we don't do math very well. But that's the Olympics hockey right there. Let's talk about what?
I gotta get my prediction too.
What? I thought you just said who.
Yeah, but I want some score prediction too. I'm gonna go 3-2 USA, 4th minute in overtime, and I'm gonna go.
Ooh, you're going specific prediction here.
I'm gonna say 4th minute in overtime. So there's gonna be about 5:53 left. In overtime.
Is the draw fair? Is it clean for both teams?
No, I mean I think
Step on.
oh. And who I have winning it for the US. Who's scoring that goal?
That golden goal.
The golden goal.
I love the golden goal. That's the coolest. That's the coolest thing.
I'm gonna so many guys to choose from. I'm gonna go. Actually, I think I'm gonna need to think about who's scoring that goal.
I have mine.
Who's scoring your goal?
I'm picturing it's kind of a similar situation as you. It's a little bit later in OT though.
Okay.
So you need to bring out a few extra guys. They haven't been out there. Comes over the bench at 72. Flops over the bench on a breakaway, and does what he did last year to win the World Championships in OT, to win the gold for his country, to win it for the U.S. I think Tage Thompson is going to be the guy to score the goal. And that might be a bad prediction because he didn't play much in OT. But I think in a gold medal game.
Oh, I got mine. Actually.
I think in a gold medal game, I think you throw anybody out there. And I think if he does end up scoring a point in that game or something, I think they do throw their best players out there. And I think he would be one of their 7 best forwards to throw out there.
Yeah.
I think there's a possibility that could happen. It's not the most realistic and most, it's a biased prediction, but it's possible. It's possible.
I got my prediction. I just had to think about it for a second, and there's nobody who.
Because this is a moment in time.
This is
a golden goal. Sidney Crosby was the guy to That's a moment. I remember. That's one of my first sports moments. I was in the basement, with some of our Canadian cousins. Shout out cousin Joe. Shout out Andrea. Shout out everybody from Welland. They came down to Buffalo, watched the game with us. It was probably at 10:40 in the morning. I just don't remember it being that early. Ryan Miller was in net. It was a big thing. I was 6 years old. Vancouver. So it probably actually wasn't that late if it was in Vancouver.
That's true.
But Sidney Crosby scoring that goal, seeing him scream, it was such a devastating moment being 6 years old and loving hockey at the time. Like, that was my favorite sport at the time was hockey. And seeing my favorite player laying there on the ice. Like, I know you've been there. It's just a tough moment. But, like, looking back, that's one of the best hockey moments of all time.
I know it is, yeah.
So it's
100%.
just incredible. Like, where were you for that moment?
I was in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in
Didn't
my
we just
house.
talk about? I think we just talked about this.
But I will say, I thought about the guy who's scoring in overtime with 5:53 left.
5:53. He's scoring at 5:53 left.
Yes, with 5:53 left in overtime. There's nobody in this country who bleeds red, white, and blue more than this man right here. I'm going to go Brady Tkachuk.
No.
Brady Tkachuk scoring the game
No.
golden goal. I want him to.
I'm
And with Keith Tkachuk sitting in the stands.
Shame on you. Shame on you for picking him.
Picking Brady Tkachuk.
Shame on you.
And Matt comes off the bench. And Matt throws his helmet in the air.
Our
His
Colts
gloves are in the
correspondent
air.
and myself during the third period in OT yesterday, we were talking about this. The Tkachuks are great for hockey. I personally hate them.
I love him.
I personally hate them.
It's either love or hate, though.
And I only like them when they're on Team USA.
Well, yeah.
But it's only because it's not them, though. I don't like them. I like that they're wearing the jersey. You know what I mean?
I
loved
them being-
last year when they fought. Like, I love that stuff. I hate Ottawa. I hate Florida. Like, I hate these teams.
I know,
and I understand I get it's the country, and I'm proud that they're wearing. I'm glad that they're Americans. I'm glad that they fight for our country, and I'm glad that they literally fight on the ice.
Oh yeah, they do
for the country.
There will be a brawl in that game, though. I can tell you that for free. If it's Canada and U.S.
Well, they get kicked out though.
Well, unless if you're a center taking a face-off. Actually, it was only like a minor penalty or something like that. There was a kink in the rules. There's a loophole. If you have to be, it's like center ice. You have to be a center taking a draw.
So
it's
like literally
crazy.
The start of the game, if they drop the
something,
puck and the two centers fight, that would be okay.
I think it's only like a 4-minute penalty or
like
a 2-minute minor.
or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's something weird. It is a little loophole.
Well, I'm just saying shame on you for picking him because I just don't like the Senators that much.
Well,
That's
you know
really
what?
it.
He's not playing for the Senators.
know
He's
he's
playing
not.
for the
I
greatest
know.
country in the world.
I know.
And how else? I mean, he said, Brady, what do you want to come back with? I want to come back with Canadian tears. That's what he said.
On the gold. That'd be nice.
That would be amazing.
Obviously, the obvious picks would be Austin Matthews getting his moment.
Yeah,
getting
his
the golden
captain
goal.
moment.
It could be, I could see Quinn Hughes doing it again. Another OT.
Even Jack.
I could see even the storyline of, hey, the last golden goal to happen in the Olympics was Sidney Crosby, who played for the Pittsburgh Penguins, who was one of his former teammates, Jake Gensel. I could see that as well.
Yeah,
happening.
Gensel's been playing pretty well.
He's been balling.
Yeah,
I could see him scoring. So that's my more realistic pick is Jake Gensel.
Okay.
I think than Tage, but I would love it. Love more. I would not shut
You'd
up
probably
about
cry.
it. I would, and I would not shut up about it ever if Tage scored the golden goal to win the gold medal.
Wow.
Like, come on, man.
No, yeah.
Like that's incredible.
I'm picturing it.
Something funny to note before we get into our NHL talk and just mention who we think's gonna end the season hot and maybe get out and stuff about our own two teams. But the first home game for the Sabres after this break is against Vegas, and if you know who's on Vegas, it's Jack Eichel,
And he's been balling too.
and he's been balling.
I can low-key see him getting the
Well,
goal.
I don't want him to score. That more shame on you if you picked him.
I didn't.
That's really where I thought you were going at first.
No.
But anyway, if that game is one of the biggest games of the year, like we hate Vegas in Buffalo, like we just hate them.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they hate us. Like it's honestly a rivalry too. We hate each other because of Eichel. But they would have a gold medal ceremony before the game for everybody that was involved.
Really?
That's how it works. So like if the
Oh.
Rangers are playing in Minnesota, their first game back, Vinny Trocheck, Quinn Hughes, like Matthew Boldy, they would all get recognized together for winning the gold medal.
Wow.
And then that would be kind of like the moment of like, all right, now you're done.
Now
Go back to
let's
your
play
team.
hockey now.
Yeah. So like that would just be funny though. Eichel getting cheered at like that's the thing. Everybody's like, would you cheer? Like you would just be cheering for Tage. You wouldn't be cheering for Eichel. but they would announce like, "Congratulations, Jack Eichel and Tate." So it'd just be weird, weird to hear coming over the KeyBank Center speakers.
Yeah.
One more time cheering for Jack Eichel. That would just be something weird, but something interesting to note if that does end up happening.
That'd be really sweet. I'd have to tune in for that.
That would be, yeah, it would just be something like interesting to watch.
If there's one boo in the crowd, shame on you.
I agree. But just know that the boo would be directed just at Jack Eichel. It wouldn't be at the country.
But you have your new face of the franchise.
And what if it's a Canadian guy that's from Ontario and he drives down for the game and he just doesn't like, he's a Sabres fan and he doesn't like Eichel? I feel like that's warranted. I feel like that's warranted.
I'm saying like a collective boo.
Yes, I agree. But that won't happen because Tage would be there. So hopefully that wouldn't happen. I'm not sure if anybody else on Vegas is
from USA.
Is from the USA or not. But I know Mark Stone is on, and Marner is on the Canadian team, so they might get recognized. I'm not sure if that would happen for the away team, if it's like, but that's besides the point. Let's get into our quick NHL talk right here to end the season. First of all, just talk quickly. Anything to note about the Rangers for the end of the year?
No.
Shout out to Scotty, by the way.
Yeah. Just train wreck of a season. You know, I'm watching. What was that one play? It was the one play, the first goal yesterday, where you saw Jack Hughes circle back and take the slapper up top.
Yeah, and then Larkin. Yeah.
I'm watching this play. I'm like, wow, this is a gorgeous play. And then I remember who the head coach is. I'm like, Mike Sullivan, where is this? Throughout the whole, how many games we played? We played 57 games.
You know what?
Where is this?
Because Tage was in on that play, and he was like the trailing guy on the other side of the Markstrom's pads, like on the other side.
Oh, for ready for a rebound.
Yeah. So that was just a set play because I saw Tage come from the left wing all the way around. So it was like you knew that just the play worked perfectly.
It was a gorgeous play.
Great play. Pick type of play. Tage like set a pick to get the middle open, and then Larkin was just there with the stick down. Perfect shot. Great play to score the goal. But yeah,
I'm wondering where this Mike Sullivan coaching
totally fair.
is. I mean, I love it for USA. I'm not saying I don't.
Maybe he just doesn't have the players to do it.
I don't think he does have the players to do it, and I think we're shopping around too much. We got rid of some of my favorites. Yeah. This is a whole new. You know what? Yeah. Let's just go out and get a lottery pick at this point. I want the number 1 pick.
I mean, Gavin McKenna would be, and there's a few good guys in this class too. It's not just Gavin McKenna. He's just the name for the class, but
he's also been the name in the news too.
But he's okay. But the top 3 picks in this class, you should be happy with any one of those.
I just want to be in the top 3. That's all. And you know what? I don't believe in tanking.
And you know where the draft is this year?
Actually, is it in Buffalo?
Oh yeah,
it's kind of funny actually. Are you going to it?
Hopefully. That'd be nice. The last time that it shout out to Maria, maybe if you're listening right now, this would be 2 for 2. The last few times that I've shouted you out, I've been kind of talking bad about you. You had your grad party on the day of the last NHL draft in Buffalo. And I will never forgive you for that.
Yeah.
Austin Matthews was picked first. Patrick Laine was second. Like, it was a good draft.
Wow.
And I missed it. But now 10 years later, I'll be able to go back potentially. So if I don't go this time, that's on me.
That's on you, yeah.
And then you're off the hook, Maria. But if I'm able to go, that'll still be something that I could have said I went to 2 NHL drafts, not just 1.
Yeah.
But that's besides. Shout out to Maria. But that's besides the point. I do want to talk about the Sabres.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Just for a minute. I'm excited for this team, but I'm also very nervous because this season has been great. It's been one of the best and most enjoyable hockey seasons that I've watched in my life.
Yeah.
In my life, and it's probably the one that I've enjoyed the most from start to finish so far. 25 games left. A lot can be said about this team to end the season. Could we go out and get a guy? Is Alex Tuch going to be extended? Is he going to be traded? There's a lot of question marks. Are the goalies going to stay healthy? What's going to go on with this 3-goalie rotation that we got going on?
Who is a part of that nowadays?
It's UPL. We got Colton Ellis, who's been really good, and we got Alex Lyon, who's been balling too.
Got it.
Then we still got Devin Levi in Rochester, just rotting down there. But hopefully one day he can. He almost got us in the playoffs the one time.
That's true.
Big butterfly effect for the Sabres there. If we do get in the playoffs and Devin Levi is our starting goal, he would have been our starting goalie in the playoffs. He's starting on the team next year.
That's true.
And he's not doing this whole AHL route. So just something weird to think about. Just weird butterfly effect there too.
Yeah.
But Sabres are only 5 points up on the next closest team in the wild card. We are the first wild card right now. But we are also only 3 points out of being the second place in the division.
Yeah.
So
this is crazy.
There's a big swing here. Got to just keep your head down, at least for the next 25 games. You gotta. I was gonna say like 20 games. You really got to go all out, but all 25.
If you're
games,
chasing the division, man,
it's got to be.
do what you got to do.
And Tampa's sitting there at the top. We play Tampa 4 times to end the year. Or
Ooh.
sorry, 3 more times to end the year. No, that's good. I love it.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity for us.
That's true.
To gain some traction on them, and an opportunity for us to get points within the division.
That's true.
Late in the season, which you don't totally get all the time.
You don't.
So,
yeah.
I'm excited for that. It's going to be some tough games, but that's what we've been wanting. We've been wanting meaningful games in Buffalo, and now we're getting them. And now we can't shy away from it. So I'm excited for the end of the year. It's going to be some really tough close divisional races throughout the league, including this Western Conference, which is, kind of weak. But I want to talk about the Western Conference real quick because the Rangers are out of it.
Oh yeah, so out of it.
They're 8 points behind the next closest East team, which that team is 11 points out of the playoffs, which is the Devils. So you guys are 19 points out right now. So pretty much out of it. But the rest of the season, the season's not over. You still got playoffs, still got the rest of the year. What's a team in the West that and I suggested one to you, that you want to be following the rest of the year in the NHL? Because I always think it's more fun to have a team to get behind when your team's out of it. And I've been a guy, trust me, man, I've had a few teams over the years that I've loved.
I'm gonna quote somebody right here. I'm gonna quote Andrew Durr. We were at the Boilermaker post-race party, and they had this beverage called Weekend Warrior. It was awful. And in a news interview, they asked him, "What would you say to the Matt family?" And he said this, and I quote, "Matt, I love you. I love this. I love the creativity, but we got to go back to the roots. That's what it's all about, baby. It's all about the roots." Funny little thing aside, it's the Matt family, and that's their last name. He said it as if it was their first name. But anyways, I'm going to go back to my roots is what I'm getting at. What are my roots? You root for teams that are green.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm picking the Minnesota Wild and the Dallas Stars. I'm rolling with them.
Okay.
They're green teams.
Okay, well, yeah, I agree with you. But
They're
before
green.
the episode, you just said Minnesota.
Well, because
so you threw it in Dallas, I think is a little cheap. So I think
well,
now I think you need to pick one.
All right,
because right now they're 2 of the 3 contenders to win the West. So it's like
they're green though. I'm looking at my list.
But it's a little bit of a cop out.
I'm gonna go with the Wild because of Quinn Hughes yesterday.
Okay,
that's why I actually thought about them in the first place.
I just didn't
Quinn
appreciate
Hughes.
You adding in the little stars.
Well,
there.
I just saw them on my list.
You're
right
acting
here.
like they're like some they might sneak.
I actually I always root for the Stars in the West because of our friend Jack Corcoran.
He is a Stars fan. Yeah,
but
I forget that. Yeah.
but this year, give me some Quinn Hughes action.
He loves Jamie Benn.
He loves the cap. Jamie Benn, the only man who's grandfather in the league with no visor still.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan O'Reilly.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Wild. I kind of want to do Dallas now because I've actually been to Dallas, so I haven't been to Minnesota.
I think you got to pick one. I think that's fair.
All right, we are officially committing to the Dallas Stars.
Wow. Lock it in.
Shout out to Luke Strasburger. Locking it in.
Lock it in.
It's officially locked in.
I like that pick.
Shout out to Luke Strasburger.
You have more ties to Dallas than you
I have way
Minnesota.
more ties to Dallas.
And they're still green. They're more green.
Their
green is actually called Victor E. Green, which is the name of their mascot as well. Victor E. Green.
Let's go Stars, baby. Let's go Stars.
Dallas Stars.
Dallas Stars. Come on, Jamie Benn, baby. Let's go.
Gonna be a good end to the Olympics, especially.
Yeah.
Excited for that end.
That's step 1, baby.
Yep. And then after that, getting into the NHL. That's
gonna
be a
start
to the end. That'll be great. We will be having an NHL episode probably just before the playoffs again, like usual. Yeah. But stay tuned. Big stretch of sports coming up here. We got WBC coming up in the future.
Very excited for that.
We'll have an episode soon with our college basketball correspondent, CJ Moore.
Yep. Very excited for that. March Madness coming up.
He's excited for that too. He's been asking us to get back on. We will have that coming probably next week, honestly, before the conference tournaments get going. I think we should. And before March Madness.
Pick a conference winner.
Before we know it, we're going to be on break. Then we're going to come back. It's going to be March Madness season. So it's going to be March.
Woo!
So stay tuned with us for next week. We're going to have some college basketball, I think. But hopefully you enjoyed some hockey today. And hopefully you enjoy the hockey over the weekend.
This whole weekend. I will point out something. This is what I'm going to leave you with. get yourself a speaker. Click on, connect your Bluetooth. Get Freebird rolling this whole weekend. Freebird is the only song allowed to play.
Love it.
This whole weekend.
And with that, have a day.
Have a day.